So, Kedrian, obviously just making the jump to this level, you're only a couple weeks into full practice, but you had a couple months of workouts too. So what's this been like? What's the hardest adjustment? I know you played D1 before, so is
Mhm.
this a big leap from St. Peter's?
Yes, it's a very big leap from St. Peter's because it's not as, I'll say it wasn't as intense, but the biggest change is more strength and speed than anything else.
Go to Cody Nesper. Go ahead, Cody.
Hey, Kedrian. I was just wondering, what kind of role do you see yourself playing on this team? Are you more of a ball handler or a shooter, or what do you do well?
Right now I'm more of a ball handler, but they want me to score more because of what I did in junior college, putting up the numbers that I did. But I've just been taking the time to get comfortable before I just start, just going back to my junior college self.
Go back to Greg Hunter. Go ahead.
So, Kedrian, take me through your two recruitments. First time coming out of high school, who'd you look at? Why'd you end up at St. Peter's? Then you go back to Texas into junior college, and then the second time around, same sort of question. Who'd you look at, and why West Virginia?
At a high school, my recruitment was very slow. I only received two offers, and one was from St. Peter's, and the other was from Texas State. And I chose St. Peter's because I was at home for 18 years, and I wanted to get out and see something different. So I decided to go to St. Peter's. And from junior college, my first year, it was kind of slow, but that first summer, my recruitment started to pick up a lot. And I chose West Virginia because on my visit, I saw how family-oriented the place was, and I felt like that's what I wanted to be around. And I felt like they actually wanted me here instead of just telling me what I wanted to hear.
We'll go to Justin Jackson. Go ahead.
Hello, Kedrian. Nice to meet you, man. I was just kind of curious. Last year, WVU had Sean McNeil and Taz, who came from college ranks, and kind of a similar story in the fact that when they were in JC, they're averaging 25, 30 points a game, and then making the jump to Division One. I'm wondering if you've had much contact with them, or just talked to them about their story, and how maybe that might help you. And are there similarities at all with your story with what Sean and Taz went through junior college to a Division One?
Me and Sean are very similar because you guys probably already know that Sean took off a year before going back to junior college. And I felt like I did the same with redshirting my first year and just sitting out, learning everything. And Taz, we're pretty much the exact same because me and Taz, we was in the same junior college conference. So we was playing each other, getting to know each other. And once we got here, it was like an automatic bond because we were JUCO guys.
John Antonic, go ahead.
Just curious to get your opinion on what you see talent-wise here. Your team's picked anywhere from top 20, top 15, whatnot. Just some of your thoughts on what you're going up against every day.
This is actually one of the most talented teams that I've actually seen and been a part of. But in practice, going up against these guys, it's great because I've never been on a team when I wasn't the best player or the most athletic. So it's really helpful, especially playing up against Deuce every day in practice. He's a great player, and also guarding Jordan every day, and they teach me so much.
Did you go up against any great players in AAU ball or anything like that coming up through the ranks?
AAU, I wouldn't say. I played against Mason Jones. He was the leading scorer in the SEC last year. Mm-hmm. And during high school, my sophomore year, I had to guard Juwan Evans. He went to Oklahoma State.
Mm-hmm. How do the guys you're going up against compare to those guys?
I mean, these are my guys, so I'm going to take my guys' side. I feel like they're better, smarter. No.
Good answer.
We'll go to Cody Nesper. Go ahead, Cody.
So something Coach Huggins keeps talking about is how close all the players are this year. Obviously he's done this for a long time, and he keeps saying this is kind of the most close-knit group he's ever coached. And then you just kind of touched on that when you were talking about your recruitment. I was wondering, can you put into words as to why that is, or how you guys are around each other that makes it that kind of environment?
Oh, what can I say? We have most of the same interests. I just feel like we love being around each other. It's always a positive vibe once we're around each other. There's really no negativity. And if it is, we're just joking around. Everyone kind of understands that and gets that about us. So I feel like we can be ourselves around each other.
Go to Kevin Kinder. Go ahead, Kevin.
And you mentioned getting more comfortable, before you kind of unleashed all the parts of your game. Is that kind of a natural thing whenever you go somewhere new for a new player coming in to kind of feel out the process, see what the guys like and, what the offensive and defensive flows like before you see where you can apply yourself the best?
Yeah, I feel like that's normal because I've heard that Taz also was the same as me, trying to fit in when he first got here, trying to figure everything out. But the coaches always tell me to just be myself and I'll fit in as the time goes by. Just play my game and everything will fall in line.
We'll go back to Greg Hunter. Go ahead, Greg.
So, Kedrian, obviously you found out quickly that Coach Hugs demands defense, or you're not going to play. So, where are you defensively, not just in terms of skills, but understanding what Hugs wants out of you?
When I first got here, I was just, running around, not being in a position, just because in junior college I led the nation in steals, and that was just, being in passing lanes. But now all the defensive principles have changed, and that's something I had to adjust to. But it's actually easier than what I was doing before.
Go to Justin Jackson. Go ahead.
Hey, Kedrian, you were talking earlier about how recruiting kind of took off for you, I guess in your second year of JC, you were saying?
Yeah.
What was it? Well, was it just because you scored a lot as a freshman at JC?
Yeah.
Just the fact that you continued to score, was there anything else? So, what do you think brought, the school's interest into you?
I'll say in junior college, you don't find too many guys that just average 25 points freshman and sophomore year. But
yeah,
I think what separated me was that I led the nation in steals, and they kind of thought that I was a guy that could play both sides of the ball.
Go to Mike Casaza. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Kedrian, how's it going?
It was going good.
I want to go back to the two games you played against Taz.
Mm-hmm.
Your freshman year, his second year. You all had some duels, I believe. I think you both went above 30 both times. Can you take me just through those two nights and just the back and forth? It looked like you two guys in particular had.
Those games were very exciting because there was a ton of coaches in to watch Taz my freshman year. So I feel like this was my opportunity to show coaches what I'm actually capable of. But Taz was a great player. So I feel like those moments are actually something that I cherish now that me and Taz are teammates, and that's something we can look back on and laugh about and talk about like we already do. But that was a great experience playing against Taz.
We'll go to Greg Hunter. Go ahead.
So, Kedrian, our perception is junior college facilities are pretty bare bone.
Mm-hmm.
And, we look around the room that you're in, and obviously that's nice. That whole practice facility is nice. Do you have to be a junior college guy, you think, to sort of understand how good you guys now have it?
I wouldn't say that, but coming from a junior college, it'll show you like this is where you want to be, and like all the work you put in, it was for this reason. And sometimes like I don't even know how to act when I'm around all the facilities and stuff because it's something I wasn't used to.
Any more questions for Kedrian? We'll go to Kevin Kinder. Go ahead.
Following up on that, is there one thing or a couple things in the facilities and the things you have now that you like the best?
I'll say, I mean, of course, the gym, because that's where we live, in the gym. But I'll say where we eat, where they make the food for us. Because in junior college, that's something you're not used to. You're not used to just really eating 3 meals a day, and it's more of a struggle. But now here, you don't have to worry about that. They're going to feed you and stuff like that and look out for you.
Any more questions for Kedrian? All right, Kedrian, thank you for the time.